NCRP Productions presents Torg Eternity by Ulisses Spiele. The Breifne Crown, Episode 10. Moving forward, we would like to give you a content warning. Tharcold and other realities are places where very bad things happen to good people. Acts and situations in this podcast may trigger those who suffer from trauma caused by sexual assault, torture, slavery, and violence. Please, listener discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a Sunday of Possibilities. My name is Greg, and I'll be the game master for our Torg campaign, Search of the Breifne Crown. Our necromancer, Iara, Victoria, is not going to be able to make it to this session, but the rest of the players are here, and I'd like to introduce them, starting to my right. Oh wait, David, playing the priest from O'Rourke, is unconscious in battle.
Well, this is Tori. I'm playing Evangeline Francis, the monster slayer from O'Rourke.
Hey, this is Barry. I am running Max Elite, the freedom fighter from Tharcold.
And this is Shan playing Azrael, the cyber witch from the cyber papacy.
So, Dave, would you give us the honors of telling us and recapping what happened last session and how Father Elias became unconscious?
Sure.
Saying the Q word.
Well, I will not mention that what is not to be mentioned a second time, because I cannot confirm nor deny its viability, but there's a chance that you all could be right in its assessment. We snuck our way partially through the sewers and then for the last bit of the trek overland to the zoo. We fought off some undead baboons while
Azrael
hacked into the computer system of the zoo and was able to eventually pull up a grid of the different animal enclosures, and we searched the lion enclosure, found some tracks, and, however reluctantly, we did end up following them where we found a door that was booby-trapped, which led to an underground dwelling where we encountered the demon Torgon. And in that altercation, Elias got knocked unconscious, but the group was successful in their efforts to destroy the demon. We also found a map that marked 6 locations across the globe, what we assumed to be the locations of the other Eternity Stones, Eternity Shards. And upon our exit from the underground dwelling, there was a demon that had Oksana, who was attending rear guard, in its grasp and was getting ready to execute her in front of us.
And that's where we'll pick up at. So as Ava walked out and seen this particular demon holding Oksana, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm about ready to smite this guy.
So as you start, looking and start thinking, you can see a little bit of movement beyond, and you see 2 lesser demons coming to flank the big one. And then you see some human soldiers in armor and carrying assault weapons start flanking them. So 5 on each side. So a total of 10 armored and well-armed humans. 1, what you think is an alpha demon, and 2 smaller demons next to it.
So we can see it. My understanding last week was that only Ava could see.
So Ava came out, and that's what she saw. And then when Azrael came out, she was getting ready to cast, but then movement caught her eye as more start coming up.
Okay, so I'm obviously stepping up with them as well.
Correct.
I have set Father Elias down at the edge.
So you set Father Elias down at the edge, and when you look up, you can see that the main demon that was holding Oksana just kind of stretched up on her tippy toes, grabs hold by her hair, and his finger just punctures into her neck. And when it pulls out, you can see the blood just kind of starts squirting out, and then he looks over and just starts lapping at it like a dog, just...
So I'm gonna
put her down.
I was going to say lightning and then drag him a little bit further back in so he's covered. Because he's knocked out still.
Oh, if you're already moving, I was going to try and catch both of your eyes and put my finger to my lips, but if you're already jumping in.
I was about to cast, but then I saw all the movement, so I'm sitting there like...
And so when you say put her down, 10 sets of guns as they just kind of trained up on you, and the 2 other demons that are flanking the big one starts looking down at you, and while the bang demon just slapping up the blood, he's just holding up a finger like this.
Fucking lightning bolt him.
I'm gonna die if I do that.
You might die if you don't.
Drops thump, just lands Oksana, tumbles down on the enclave, and her broken body just lands down the bottom. Damn, that's good.
We're fucked.
Is it Yavich?
It is not Yavich. Go and roll Streetwise.
Well, a little better than last time. 11.
So 10 was your standard. You recognize him, not necessarily because you've ever dealt with him, but just from stories. This is the demon Agaris. He was one of Kranad's alphas. So what do we have down here? We have one ugly, muscular bloke flanked by 2 twats.
I'm going to look first at Ava and hold my hand up, and then may I take this?
Did this bitch really?
I'm looking at
Really?
Ava, like mouthing to her. He's calling me the twat. Am I a twat?
I think he just called us both. Well, considering we did most
It
of the
is a
damage on the last
colloquialism
one.
for my time. Just wait. So I step forward.
So you needed to get permission first, so perhaps it's 3 twats.
I assume
Time to fucking
you
smite him.
follow Jezzrail.
He kind of frowns
And I'm
and he's
walking.
like, go on.
If you do, she needs to speak with us.
How do you dare presume to tell me what my mistress needs and doesn't need? My mistress only needs to take a shit, and if you piss her off, she may shit in your dead mouth.
I think she's gonna want to listen to what we have to say.
I will tell you first. You decide if it's worth it for her. Yavich.
One moment. I want to address the twat that's daring to address me. Flap.
Oh, really now? I
Really?
don't think
Flap.
you're worth my energy.
Of course. That's how you dominate a twat.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Whoa.
So I smile. I look back. I'm not smiling when I look at you, Ava. And I again hold my hand up just a little bit. I'm not making the big sign or anything. I take another step forward.
So the other one's not mouthing off. I've assumed you trained that twat to fall in line.
That one is my leader.
And
Which
like I
is
don't
why I
cast,
speak.
but I like crackly some lightning in my hand.
Mic drop.
He's like, oh.
But I'm not shooting it.
So she sparks that when she puts a finger in your bum.
I just take it, smile,
I just take it.
yep,
Just takes it.
smile, take one more step forward. You will want to hear what I have to say.
And why is that?
Because Jezzrail will kill you if you don't at least listen. Yavich works for...
When you said that, his face contorts and like you can see the break in the like the condescending aura, and you can see a flash of anger.
Yavich works for Thrachin.
We know that, errand boy.
Yavich is presently on the...
Take your
Yavich is
time.
presently on the search for a crown. This crown may well be able to turn the tide in Thrachin's favor, giving him power over the other 2, your mistress being one of them. We may have a way to take him down.
You're right. She would flay me alive if I kept that information. I grant you the dead meat sack and the 2 twats safe passage to my mistress.
I turn around without saying another word and go pick up Elias.
So he kind of waits. Said,
Do you, and I as I have Elias in my hands, I say, do you have one that you trust to pass information that they see to your mistress faithfully?
what type of riddle are you speaking of, slave? For that's all the race is just slaves that don't know they're slaves yet.
So I look at him and I say, do you have one or not? Are you not an alpha? Do you have one under your control?
I intend to bring you to my mistress and let you speak to her directly.
You will want to have someone who can support my claim so you are not flayed for bringing foolish people in front of your mistress.
If indeed you prove to be foolish, you will be granted to me for my pleasures. How
And
sincere are you in your words?
Lead on.
He said, come, slave. Twats.
I'm surprised he actually took your word for it and then didn't want you to prove it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll follow him.
That was good role playing.
Thank you.
Because I was about to do something that would probably get me
I
killed.
wish I was a better wordsmith. I wish I hadn't flubbed all of those lines, but
Yeah. I'm gonna say you weren't supposed to mention the crown. We're trying to
I-
avoid that.
I know I went the other way. But I'll make up for it.
You guys climb up, or do you accept the demons Agaris's offer to assist you to the top?
I want an assist.
So
I'm gonna follow him because I'm a twat, apparently. I'm just gonna follow the leader right now.
I'm gonna follow the leader, but I'm very obviously not happy.
So the two demons fly down, lift each of you up. They're cowed before Agaris, so they're not daring to make any type of, join in any of the mockery or the snide remarks. Agaris will go down and, with no problem, bring you and Elias both up to the top. And you guys start walking, and so Agaris says, as you're walking along, no other patrol will dare bother us, despite the handicap that we have of 2 twats and a slave.
I'm a partridge in a pear tree.
How is it that you found yourself here?
Here, in this space,
Indeed.
the one you drank dry brought us here.
Ah, she was delicious.
I can only imagine.
I bet you could. So we can stop and I'll allow you time. She's probably still warm.
You would allow me to feed after you did? On your kill?
I had first go. I don't care if you feed, I don't care if you fuck it. If you want, you just need to ask for the time.
I don't think Jezzrail will want me to wait. But thank you for the offer.
You're quite welcome. I can be quite kind.
As he smiles with all his sharp teeth showing.
With blood,
Yep.
just reddened and dark blood in between.
I'm gonna hang back with Azrael a bit and she's like, these fucking men.
Yeah. We're like whispering.
So basically, throughout the walk that you hear, Agaris is doing everything he can to provoke an attack.
Somewhere along the way, you guys should figure that out.
That's why we're hanging back a little bit.
That's why I'm shutting my mouth. And you're the leader today, man.
And so and like every once in a while he talks about how good you train your twats, and they're well behaved, and how much for them. And
I'm gonna pipe up and say, I love how you speak all this ill towards women, yet you have a woman in charge of you.
I love women. I speak no ill of them. Do you or do you not have a twat? Are you actually a man dressed as a woman?
I'm gonna look back at Ava, and I'm gonna try and catch her eyes and just give her like the pleading eyes, like please don't raise to his bait. But I'm not saying anything. I'm just like.
I ain't gonna shoot him. Don't worry.
I think when we get to the hall of the mistress, I intend to ask permission to check if that one indeed has a twat or a cock.
Anywhere near me, I'm gonna shoot your head off.
Just laughs like it won a small victory. So, as you guys are walking, you're actually going southeast into Moscow. True to his word, nobody is going to interfere with 3 demons and a squadron of armed soldiers. It takes about a 2-hour walk, but you're actually going to the Kuzminki Park.
Has the scene changed?
Where, yes, it has.
So do we go back to 3 possibilities, or do we draw cards? Or how does that work?
So with the new scene and combat didn't happen, so everyone can draw back up to 4 cards.
Can we discard any cards out of our hand? Like
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up to 4. Okay. So and then do we draw a Cosm card?
No, that's for the act.
Oh, the act. Okay.
But everyone gets their possibilities back.
Oh, nice.
So on the walk, I'm going to look amongst the humans. What I'm looking for is the possibility that I can identify anyone amongst them. Oh, do I still have the card? Doggone it, I don't. I'm going to look and see if there's any amongst them that I know from the freedom fighters.
So you're
Or
looking
any kind of symbol, some way that they alert me that that's who they are.
So as you're looking down, just waiting for any type of sign, you even flash one of your signs that you're aware of. Nobody he's on west side, but no one acknowledges it. And it's subtle. Your language has to be subtle, otherwise.
My God, yes.
Yeah. But no one picks up on it. No one returns it. So it lets you know that these are definitely
We're alone.
Yes.
I'm gonna start mixing my little potions as we're walking so I can try to restock everything.
You're all.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit more.
Just
of
trying
this.
to tune out.
And so as he's doing that, he's like, "What is the
Slander.
twat doing?"
Oh, this is too advanced for you. Don't worry.
I look back, woman stuff.
Indeed. Should we watch?
It's not interesting to me. It never has been. It's simply waters.
Considering you did more damage on this last fight than...
Oh, I'm not insulting you. I'm trying to get him off of you.
So, it just continues on, just making these little, again, just snide comments. And you can tell that every time that you get a little bit of anger, or your eyebrows furrow, he chuckles and he keeps at it until he doesn't get a response that he wants. And then he'll try to dig in on this one, and then he refers back to
It's
Max
almost like
as
he's
being
getting
a slave.
shot back. or getting extra Cosm cards, Destiny cards.
But it's become a game to like just how bad he can insult you.
Might try drawing his face on one of them and be like, if you cross us.
It's like, she loves me, doesn't she?
Oh, only in your dreams, buddy.
It's
I
like,
think yes.
it's like, you know what she might love? She might love the point of my tail as it enters in her bumhole. Maybe I'll just tickle it first. How would you like that, twat?
I just choked on my drink.
My tail can be quite cozy.
That's disgusting.
I again turn back, try and catch her eye, and give her the imploring, God, don't engage with him. Please. Oh, wait, why am I doing that? I have freaking telepathy. It's automatically in your head. It's like, knock it off. Stop fucking with him.
Maybe I enjoy messing with them. I need some kind of entertainment.
Just be careful. You annoy him enough, he may not take us to Jezzrail, and he may make sport of you.
Well, then, I'll have it coming for him.
No,
He'll
then
make
we're
sport
down.
of all of us.
Then we're down one more. We can't afford to be down anymore. I understand that he is messing with your beliefs, your strength, and insulting you, but take it and let it roll off you.
These are just verbal.
Yes.
I will let him throw the first punch, and then it's game on.
Yes. Good.
You seem pensive, slave. Why so quiet?
I've been walking most of the night to get here, and now I'm walking again. And I'm carrying someone with me who is now dead weight.
Ha! That is a good one. I knew you were weak and tired. Would you like me to carry your burden for you?
No.
Would you like me to carry you then? I can snuggle you deep within my loving bosom.
I look at him for a moment, me feeling the tired ache of my feet, my shoulders, my arms. No, I'm fine.
You're far from fine, but your loss. So you guys make your way, and you end up kind of going to what would have been just a very lush, beautiful green park.
Does 30 minutes go by?
What's that?
Does 30 minutes go by?
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah,
2 hour walk.
Oh, I'm awake, man.
So
In 30 minutes, I wake up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So when you wake up, I mean, you hear like this deep voice just laughing and insulting the hell out of your group around you. And Max, you feel Father Elias start to stir in your arms.
Who the fuck is that?
And then telepathy, not speaking to him. Father Elias, control yourself. The demon that we are with is bringing us to the demon we need to speak to. It is simply words. He taunts the women. Just let it roll off you once he starts in on you, because he will.
You contract our services with demons?
I did not contract any services, but you would know well, you heard the discussion. Jezzrail is who we need to meet. He is taking us to her. We can only push him so far, at which point he will bypass his need to follow her to provide his own dominance. So just keep it under control.
Put me down, I can walk.
And I do.
Like,
Drop a foot.
as he said, your wee babe finally has the strength to walk amongst this earth.
I was merely taking my spiritual leave from this place.
Your spiritual leave, meaning you went crying to some worthless piece of shit god that you worship.
I'd put it a little bit differently. Why don't you ask your compadre back there, who's left in a pulp, how he fared?
He looks back at his two demons. Lads, how do you fare? Quite well, sir. Excellent, sir. My lads are fine.
I'm going to telepathically into your head. That was Thrachin's man, not his. Control yourself, Father.
I'm in control. And I begin to heal myself as we walk.
How?
Can I cast...
As soon as you start praying, you see an immediate violent reaction from the demons and the main demon. They turn around as soon as you start to hear that prayer, and they start casting. You have a chance to stop before we go to initiative.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
gonna
stop.
start smacking
I'll
him.
stop.
We're
I'll
both like,
I mean, I can walk with... I mean, basically I have... I don't know... I'm conscious. I don't know what my wound level is, but...
Probably still 3.
It's still 3, and I don't have any more shock, but I'll stop. I'll stop casting. I see my faith disturbs you. So I will walk quietly.
And we see that you have no faith in your faith. And like he just starts, going in on you.
I am unmoved. I've seen their kind before.
So after a while, when he gets no more further responses, he goes back to teasing Eva because she gets the best responses.
What I can do is I can bandage my wounds while I'm
Yes,
walking.
you can.
So I will first aid I will
Okay.
do a first aid test.
I'm just gonna go back to mixing my potions now. Well, I guess it's been 2 hours. Everything's all stuff.
When you need to stir that liquid, do you use your nipples?
Can I very
Throws up the bird.
not a full cast, but out of one finger
awesome.
send a static electricity shock at his ass or something? To be pranky. I'm not trying
have
to.
a secret kink here.
He likes lightening up the butt.
Maybe.
He likes sticking
Maybe.
his tail.
From what you've seen from
So-
what Father Elias started praying, if you started casting, even if it's just a small, since there is no cantrip,
They get really put off by it.
you know that there would not be a good reaction from them, and you get the feeling that's what he's trying to antagonize a reaction.
I think they would consider that the first punch.
So you see Azrael, just starts setting her mind and kind of getting ready and
Pop into her head. What are you doing?
I want to kill this fucker.
I don't think it's a good
Wait.
idea.
We have a chance. We will have a chance at some point. Right now, the greater mission is at hand. And then I open it up to all three of them. We have a mission. That mission is to refill the crown. We were assured that the crown would help us defeat High Lords. Let's get to the mission first. It's simply words, all of you. Let them roll off you.
I turn my hand
There's
off.
this. So when he speaks to us telepathically, are we allowed to speak back or no?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's made the connection.
No.
Yep. We're basically on an open comm line. All four of us.
Yeah, I know. Like
think
I
up
said,
to 10.
I say I will never subject myself to bargaining with demons.
We're not
It is beyond
bargaining.
me. It appears that we are.
No, we are not. Bargaining means some offer of give and take. We are simply being marched to his mistress
For what reason?
so that we
It's
can
Jezzrail.
speak with her.
to tell her about
Bargaining.
Thrachin and Yavich.
To just volunteer information and walk away clean without injury or threat?
Well, it was that they just literally killed Oksana in front of us. We kind of had to volunteer some of that info to save all of our lives, especially since your
So we're marching
unconscious
to
butt
bargain
was
with
being
demons.
carried.
Fine, if you wish to put it that way, yes. We are marching to bargain with a demon.
Let it know I will take no part in it. I will agree to no terms.
I
But
appreciate
I will not
that.
prevent you from doing so.
I appreciate that. Means you will remain silent, please.
You will not have my aid.
I nod my head.
So
Yeah.
he's going, as you guys kind of clear from the group chat, he's talking about somebody's testicles and making a tobacco pouch out of it, but I don't know which one. So,
Man, it sounds like this demon hasn't got laid in a while. He's bringing up a lot of these
Sexual things.
sexual and interesting kinks.
do you say that out loud?
Whispers it to
whispered
me.
it.
So,
I want to say it quiet enough to where he doesn't hear it.
fair enough.
Just a little joke between us.
You guys start moving into Kuzminki Park, and it at one point was definitely lush, green, and beautiful. The terrain is kind of barren. You can see a little bit of greenery start to grow, but it's nowhere near what it used to be. Surprisingly, what looks like it's been unaffected is this kind of like a Gothic looking structure, this Gothic manor, the Stragonov estate that was at the park, and it fit well within the Tharcold realm, so it didn't transform much, and it seemed to survive the blast, and it looks like that's where Agaris is leading you guys. He's like, come along, pets.
Oh, we've upgraded.
I'd rather be a pet than a twat.
No,
slave, I
you don't
guess.
get it.
You don't. You're not hearing.
You
it.
don't
Oh,
get
okay.
it.
We're like to each other.
Got it.
It's awesome.
It's talk amongst us twats, as
no,
you
you
say.
don't get it.
You wouldn't understand.
It's twat talk. Shush, go on.
It's a twat thing, is it?
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
It's funny. You don't get it.
I mean, I'd rather be treated as a pet than a slave.
So he leads you in through the opening of the estate, and it's kind of like a nice long corridor, and inside it's like a The corridor leans down, but it's an open hallway into a courtyard. The corridor bifurcates the courtyard, and you're going down into what appears to be a large opening for like a grand hall. Like it would have been the ballroom for the estate. As the demon goes in, he has to furl his wings and duck under and leads you guys in. At the far end of the ballroom, it seems to be like this makeshift stage. And sitting on this very ornate high-back chair is this woman. She's dressed in just a white robe, very loosely open at her chest. Her bare leg is hanging over the arm of this high-back chair. Her other leg is resting on a naked human male that's just kind of curled up, acting as a footrest. As you look around, you can see 4 cages suspended from the ceiling, and inside are 2 naked females, 2 naked males, and then there's other thralls, all of them nude, lined up on the wall. Their heads are down, but they're kind of standing at attention as if they're someone's waiting to call. One of the things though that definitely immediately draws your eye is basically it's about a 3-foot log, 1 foot diameter, suspended on chains from the ceiling. So it's about 3 feet off the ground. Bent over this log with her wrist chained to the ground and her spread eagle legs chained to the ground on the other side is a female demon. You can see that her tail has been severed and hung around her neck in like this macabre necklace. All over her body you can see fresh and days old cuts, and her face just seems to be beaten to just a bloody pulp, and she's just kind of tied there and whimpering in misery. As you guys start walking up, you can see that the female sitting on the chair, her side of her right head is just completely shaved clean, and then her long brown hair covers down. Her left eye has a red glow, and those 2 things right now just mar what would have been a very beautiful woman, as well as the different scars that you can see on her chest and her legs that are bare hanging out. She's watching a movie. As you guys get closer, out of character, she's watching Hostel, and she's kind of smirking and giggling at certain parts, especially some of the main torture parts. And
that's the movie where like they kidnap people out of hostels and like murder them in basements.
And so people, high.
They pay to go in and torture them and cut them up into pieces.
And satisfy their bloodlust perversions. And so as you guys are walking up, Agaris whispers to you, it's like, she appears to be entertaining herself. I'd keep your twat flaps closed if I were you. And slave, you should not say anything. Keep your pet priest quiet.
So I look at Elias.
I'm like pinching my mouth shut harder than like a relaxed shut, just because I think I'm gonna run my mouth if I don't.
Mm-hmm. And then Greg, when I do address her, I'm gonna leave it up to you. I'm gonna say things that I don't believe.
Well, we can role play that.
I'm just saying, if you want me to roll, I'm not gonna feel bad about it.
So, as you guys are standing up waiting for the female's attention, Agaris doesn't say anything and just kind of lets it be. And so as the movie goes on, you're standing there just, as the movie, getting close for maybe about an hour that's passed. One of the soldiers that, walked in and accompanied you walks over to the demon that is chained to the middle of the floor, walks over to the front of her face, and then all of a sudden just reaches back, wham, and just punches her. And so for maybe about 4 or 5 minutes, just taking turns walking up and down her body, just punching her as hard as he can. You can see some of the sniggers and some of the smiles, but people are keeping it down. The other soldiers are keeping it down. Even the 3 demons there seem to be getting entertainment and enjoyment out of watching this. So when he gets done,
if I can try that.
Did you see that in character? Mm-hmm. And so the demon looks at you, and you can see Jezzrail's face just kind of get this sneer, and she holds up a hand like this, and so the demon looks down at you and he says, open your mouth again, priest, and I'll rip out your tongue and shove it up your ass.
Everybody's giving him the closed mouth with the fingers to the close point.
So with that, Agaris actually steps forward, kneels down, spreads his wings just across the floor, and just kneels down in front of Jezzrail and was like almost holding his breath. So a few minutes kind of go by, and she still has a hand out, and you can see her face relax. She pulls her hand back, When that happens, one of the other guards starts walking off from where the last guard that was punching the demon, and he starts walking up, and you can see him unbuckling his belt and starting to undo his pants. And right when he gets up to the demon, you hear Jezzrail say, "What did you bring me?" Agaris stands up, and so he kind of bows his head. He's like, "Mistress, first allow me to apologize for the rudeness that this peon dared interrupt your entertainment." So you hear this muffle behind you as the demon kind of whimpers, but is trying to keep it quiet. So Jezzrail says, "What did you bring me, Agaris?" So at that point, Agar stands up. He's like, "Mighty mistress, I brought one that claims he has information that could halt the movement of Thrachin." Your body kind of picks up, and she stands up. The slave that was sitting at her feet, and then moves the chair around to faces you, and then kneels back down in front of it. As she sits back down, puts her feet up on the slave's back, just crosses her legs. She just leans back up on the chair, her robe just kind of falling open, revealing just right on the edge of her breast, and again, just a lattice work of scars across her chest from different battles. And she looks at it and says, "Speak."
So right before I speak, I shoot telepathically to all of them. Keep quiet. You remember what Iara told us. There are 2 outcomes. There's only one we want.
I'm going to respond with, try to refer to the crown as only a weapon.
I don't respond.
Agreed. So I take one step forward, and here's where the acting begins. Take one step forward, and I take a knee. A single knee, not both.
So her eyebrow starts to kind of go up, but when you take a knee, your eyebrow drops down.
And I move forward in front of the rest of them with me. Now, hopefully she'll take that as dominance. That's why I did that. And I say, "Mistress Jezzrail, may I speak at you this way?"
"I gave you a command to speak. Question me again. You may not like the outcome."
Very good. We have come into possession of knowledge. The demon Yavich. We found him in...
You can see just her face start to just contort in anger, and you can hear just this heavy breathing and grunting.
We came upon him in Isle, where he was putting together the components for a weapon. We believe the weapon will give him advantage over you.
At that,
Your
she rears back with one of her legs and kicks the slave just right in his ribs. You can, and just kind of grunt and then scurry back into place. And so she kind of sits up a little bit taller, and she's like, "What is this weapon?"
We are not certain of a name. We know that it is a weapon. We have been told.
So, out of character, are you knowingly lying to her?
Yeah, effectively, because we know it's called the Breifne Crown. So yes.
But we don't know what sort of weapon
and we actually don't, so in that respect we're good.
He's just...
She asked what it was called, and we do know what it's called.
Yep. But I say we know it is a weapon.
He's avoiding spilling everything, but he's not outright lying.
He's lying by omission.
Yep, I am.
Which is
and if we were lovers, that would be important.
Lie's a lie.
We believe that Yavich is leading a search for pieces of this weapon. We believe he may already have found the one that is here in your realm.
What form does this weapon take?
In its finished form, I'm uncertain. Presently, a circlet.
And you know not what this weapon will do?
No, we are told it has the power to affect a High Lord. And again, that's not completely true, because that's not exactly what we were told. But I'm impressing upon her fear, as it were.
From what you know, Jezzrail, she is uncomprehensive of the word fear. She has no idea what that emotion
Which is also why I hit her with your realm and I didn't mention Volkov.
She sits back. "And what are your plans with Yavich?"
To destroy him, to get the piece of the weapon from him, so he does not have it.
"And what are your plans to leave my hall?"
I would expect that with your help to destroy Yavich, we would walk out, you as dominant, us following. I believe Yavich needs to be destroyed to maintain the peace.
"And what do you need? For you wouldn't be here if you didn't need some type of assistance."
Mortals such as ourselves do not have the strength to take a demon of his power alone.
So what do you need? Quit bandying words with me, slave.
We need help destroying Yavich.
She's quiet for a moment. You can hear, like, behind you guys, just this grunting and rhythmic slapping behind you. Bring Yavich to me, and I will see him destroyed. You may watch or participate.
We need help as well, then, to find him. Is it possible you could give us directions?
Yavich has left this realm. We assumed he fled in cowardice and betrayed Thracian, but from what you're telling me, it sounds like Thracian may have sent him on a new quest to purloin this weapon that you describe.
We believe that as well. Well, if he is not here, then we shall bring him back here to you.
Her eyes kind of get distance as she looks, just this 1,000-yard stare, and she says, I believe I shall enjoy that much. Smile, and a slight smile at the corner of her lips. And what do you need now?
Okay, so while she was smiling, I'm going to throw out to the other three, telepathically, you guys, at this point, I don't know what else to ask for. We're going to need safe passage out of here. I'm sure she's going to ask us about that. Can you think of anything else we should ask for? Quickly, she won't stay smiling long.
I can't think of anything.
I will not agree to render any services to her efforts.
Very good.
I've told you this.
And I close him out of the telepathic link. Ava?
I will say out loud.
Well, we need help getting Yavich. Do you think we can get possibly any of the other demons with us? I mean, at this point, we need help.
So your conversation is interrupted by, what do you say out loud?
I said, that's going to be a problem.
So this wistful smile that she had just immediately disappears. She frowns, her brows furrow, and she looks at you. And then she looks back. Then she looks at you and she said, I thought you spoke for this group.
I speak for the group. Some of them I do not control completely.
We all look right at him.
I say, the part about helping you bring your enemies to your doorstep so you can destroy them,
Shush.
Gonna be a problem.
Shush.
Bring me his tongue. So Agoras just
Look at what you did.
looks over and starts
Sorry, that's
walking,
gonna be a problem for the priest or the
How
chaplain.
are you gonna pray with
and
no
starts
tongue,
walking
dude?
over to you.
Oh, okay.
You're on your own
I
on this
stay
one.
put.
He reaches out to you.
I'm not
So,
helping.
okay, I'm not gonna let him grab me. I'm gonna dodge. I'm gonna go full defense.
Okay.
I say you're gonna need a true account of what's really happening here. But
So,
if you kill me,
initiative?
we'll let out. Yeah, we'll go.
We
initiative.
literally almost got out of here.
We weren't getting out of here. We were getting
Yes, we
enslaved by. It's
No,
terrible.
we weren't
No,
at
we
all.
weren't.
Oh, there was no.
So, draw-
We were getting her help.
So dramatic scene. Villains go first.
I'd rather die than be
So
enslaved.
first thing though is you need to make a willpower or mind roll because Alpha
Willpower.
Demon is coming
Can
at
we
you.
knock him out?
A willpower. Let's see.
We're fighting Torgon? Or Torgan?
No, we
No,
killed
this
that
is the
guy.
Alpha Demon Agaris.
Oh.
If
The
we
one who kept
kill
calling
the
you twats.
demon, Jezzrail is not gonna be.
So willpower would be a 12.
She's gonna either be the
so
death of us,
10 is
or
what you
she's going to
needed.
help
So
us.
you're not suffering from fear.
And now this is the death of us.
I say we just knock his ass out.
I agree.
And so as you guys are discussing this, the other, the demons that are nearby, and so they say, they like whisper, it's like the lady's giving a command, hold.
I am honestly sweating.
Okay, so you go to dodge. The demon reaches out to grab you.
Okay. Does he go first or he goes first?
Yeah, he
We
goes
want to knock
first.
him out.
Yeah, he goes first.
And so surge, which means you need to roll for contradictions.
Okay.
So
So
reality,
Real.
All of us?
Okay.
if you're taking action, yes.
Reality is going to be a 19.
Okay, so
It's
you're able to
knocks him out.
maintain connection.
Okay.
Do it.
I
So
rolled a 2.
telepathically, we're still talking.
I rolled a 2.
You heard the two demons as
Yep.
they started discussing
Yep.
or getting ready to make action. You heard one of the two demons say, "The lady gave a command. Hold."
Can you telepathically talk to those demons and say, can we knock him out to get him to shut up?
I'll give it a try. I will want an action.
Okay, so you're gonna have to roll to connect. Stay connected. Oh shit.
You just barely survived the last one.
No, we were not surviving this at all. He was sending us to our deaths. I'm convinced. Yeah.
No.
I listened
She was
to that,
asking
I
us
listened
what
to that
else-
conversation.
Well, I mean, he's a
asked us
priest.
what else
I'm a
did we
priest.
want.
He has his thinking.
Yep.
Okay, unarmed combat of 16 versus yours.
My unarmed of 7.
So 7, so it's going to be a bonus die.
Oh, he grabbed hold of me? He hit me?
Yeah.
All right. I only have one wound.
I'm just gonna
I have
put
2
my back
wounds
to him.
currently. If he does another wound,
Cross
I'll be
my arms.
unconscious again.
Okay, so his strength.
At least I don't have to forego my belief or give in
To a demon.
To the demon or the one working for the demons in my eyes.
So just to let you know, he has a cybernetic arm. That's
Okay.
the one that was reaching out towards you.
All right.
So that is 18 strength. The cybernetic arm gives him +2. I rolled a 1, so 21 versus your toughness.
9.
So that
Is our group chat
is
telepathy still open?
going to be 2 wounds,
Okay, I'm out.
4 shock.
All right.
We're really gonna.
So what happens? So what you guys see?
Once I go to 3, I don't go over that, right?
So what you guys see is you see him reach out with his cybernetic arm, grab his face as he tries to duck, squeeze it. His eyes protrude, blood vessels burst, and he reaches in with his claw and cuts your tongue out.
Okay.
Drops you. He brings it up and hands it to Jezzrail. Jezzrail grabs it.
Smells like holiness.
Oh, I wish he was alive to be able to give you possibility. Jezzrail smells it.
Oh fuck!
And then she kind of throws it behind her shoulder, and then she looks at you and says, "Proceed."
So, at this point, we need nothing else. We wish to have. Do you?
We should apologize.
We
for
wish
his
to know
outburst.
how we might capture Yavich easier.
No, that isn't my concern. You said your goal was to destroy him, but you
It
needed
is.
help. I can destroy him. Your task is to bring him
Get him
to
here.
me.
Very good. Then we need nothing else.
I'm gonna. Cause you
Uh-huh.
said our
Yep,
group
you
chat's
guys still open.
See if we can get a couple extra hands with us, maybe.
She'll never agree to that.
Worth a shot.
We bypass. Very good.
Does she have any kind of like magic demon lasso or some shit?
And I think we should also maybe throw in some apologies for Dum Dum's outburst.
Nope. She took what she wished to take.
All right.
Yep.
He's
I,
good.
apologizing is a
I
is
think
a
at this
weakness, I don't-
point we need to get out of here.
we need to go. We need
Nope,
to go.
that is all. We will leave you to your entertainments. And I appreciate you giving someone as lowly as me a chance.
Leave me him, and then I will give you an escort to where you need to go.
Agreed.
And so she looks at Agaris and she said, "See them safely to where they need to go." Aye, mistress.
I don't get up from my kneel till he's up.
So he gets up, kind of looks down
Now I
at
get
you,
up.
and so looks down on the priest, and he's like, "Did I not say I was going to enjoy ripping his mouth apart?
You did.
Indeed I did." He's like, as he starts walking out with the two of you, he's like, "What did I say about you two twats? Did you see what happened back there? Just capital, wasn't it? Do you know what my tail can do?" As
And
you
I
guys-
open up the
This-
telepathic link
You gotta
again.
stay quiet.
He won't touch you. Just let it go.
Oh, if you won't touch us, then.
Dave,
I played the character with
You said the Q word.
You don't have a tongue. Shut up.
You
I
said
can
the
speak
Q.
as
You
a
have
player.
no
Hey,
tongue.
Hey, you know what? There's no way that Elias would have agreed to go into contract with Jezzrail.
and you know what?
Yeah.
And Greg
Absolutely
agrees he
no
was going
way.
to give you a possibility. So
There's absolutely no way. He would have never, it wouldn't have happened. It would have been the end of Elias for this group.
Maybe we should have
Yeah,
been the one
absolutely.
to leave him behind.
Torg is brutal.
Can be. Now you guys are fucked because you've just tapped
You
yourself.
fucked us.
No, he did.
As we-
you don't
as
get
we-
it though.
As
He
we
agreed.
leave,
He volunteered your guys' services and mine too before I died to go capture somebody that she can't capture.
you have first aid stuff, right?
That don't mean shit.
Can I snag it from him as we leave?
No, it's a skill. That
No,
I
don't.
don't
As you
think
even
they're
lean
gonna
that
move
direction
my
to say, "Do not touch."
But now you
anything
guys
on him."
you have agreed to bring this other demon to her, but she can't get him. She could have done it herself if she would have already. You guys are
Possibly.
doomed
But she's
to
she's a
failure.
demon and is expecting us to do the hard part.
Technically, Jezzrail's a thrall.
Yep.
So she's actually
She's actually
human.
Crawl to the High Lord, right?
No, she killed the High Lord.
Oh, she killed that Lord. I got you.
She took over his realm.
No.
She is crazy. By our terminology, she is crazy. Maybe even the word insane. But because
Sociopath.
she killed the High
Absolutely.
Lord, everyone that was in his employ follows
Yeah,
her.
join ranks with her. No.
Yep.
So that's why
Yeah, I don't know how-
Agaris,
shit.
who was a major powerful demon, who was Cranad's alpha, now follows her because she killed Cranad.
As her alpha.
I don't know how, in any way or shape or form, any of us, even at our best, are going to be able to accomplish the goal that
Well,
has
that's why
been
I
laid out.
think,
before.
Oh, I'm
we
not
should see
arguing.
if
Yeah.
But she
Agaris
didn't give
can
us a
help
time limit.
Should not.
But I suspect that if you're doing something other than, then there's going to be consequences. But
Since Agaris has willing to listen to you a little bit more, are we able to see if once he escorts us to where Yavich is, if he'd be willing to help us a little bit?
He's not escorting us to Yavich. He's escorting us out of Tharkold, or at least out of her realm. We know Yavich is not in Tharkold.
Oh, I thought you said he was going to escort us to where he was at.
I thought we were being escorted where Yavich was.
Is that what she said? I don't know.
That's what I heard.
So what she said is, leave him and she'll escort you out of...
basically her realm.
You said where we need to go.
Yeah.
That's what you
Which
said.
is out of her realm.
But, like, escort us out of the realm, that's a whole lot of possibilities of where we could wind up.
Mm-hmm.
And where we need to go is more specific.
Right. All right, and where we need to go is...
Where Yavich is.
Well, back to Moscow. Yavich is not in Tharkold, and I don't think he's going to take us there because they don't know where he is. But if you want me to ask...
no. No.
Like,
no more.
I'm sitting here, here's my character. I mean, this is everything he hates. Already debasing himself is putting him in a difficult spot. But in all honesty, he doesn't think... I mean, I don't think we have the power to be able to survive a battle with these guys yet.
Yeah, no way, yeah.
No, because we're missing our healer.
Even I don't think we have the ability to take down a
We barely
demon,
killed the other guy.
Not an alpha.
Yeah.
So my thing was to get out of there and at least have something. Because we may not be able to destroy Yavich, but we may be able to bring him back to her.
By what means?
Those are not the same thing.
How would we be able to lure him?
That's why I asked for a
chasing us.
magic demon lasso.
Chasing us.
Would Agaris have any opinions on how we could lure an alpha demon?
So I'll broach that subject. Agaris.
What, slave?
Let me ask you, as an alpha, why have you not taken out Yavich yourself?
Because he's a right sneaky git bastard and he's afraid to fight.
Ah, okay.
Sounds like
fool.
a pretty fucking stupid alpha. This is head conversation.
Right in my head.
Like, what alpha?
All right, you guys, come on.
that alpha is a big coward.
Well,
I think he's afraid of that tail.
if you were to go after someone this sneaky, how would you do it?
How would I go after Yavich?
You are a great... I'm going to try and play on him. You're a great alpha demon.
Roll persuasion.
I already knew. Did you see me reaching?
Oh my freaking god. So that is going to be an 11.
Hold on.
Oh, you can? All right, there we go. So that is going to be 28. Now that is instead going to be a 19.
If I was going to go after him, I would beat him in submission, but I don't think that your weak flesh could be able to achieve that.
No, but that's how you would approach him.
Agreed.
And do you think, not questioning your strength, but do you think you are powerful enough to beat him into submission and win if he's sneaky? I mean, what kind of tricks might he pull that you would have to counter? A strong alpha demon such as yourself.
I don't know all of his battle secrets. We have not engaged yet. I know what you're asking, and I'm unable to answer that. He's not stupid.
Yeah, okay.
But you also get the feeling that
I'm trying to play into his,
sure.
I'm better than you.
But you also get the feeling that he's trying to answer you sincerely as well.
All right. Yeah.
Because you did roll well. Yeah. Perhaps you strip these two twats naked and wave them in front of him and let him follow them like a dog.
So I speak in your heads and I say, easy, and I say to him, do you think they would tempt him that much? I don't think so.
They might. You can find out where he lives and dab his porch with a bit of their twat juice and see if he comes out to sniff it.
Would this draw you?
You
can smell him. You can smell them from here.
He looks at him and his tail kind of rises up. He's like, it might. Is that an offer?
No, I need them for a little bit longer.
Pity.
We aren't your fucking pets.
No.
Do you say that in group chat?
No, she's in the group.
Okay.
All this in my head. Let's tell you otherwise. Look, I'm trying to get him on my side. I'm trying to get him jovial and involved.
Oh, he's happy because he ripped out Elias' tongue. So he's happy.
He got to do what he wanted to do. I got to take out a priest.
Now, I could survive.
But you wouldn't be able to run your mouth anymore.
I wouldn't be able to run my mouth anymore.
That's fine,
I
though.
died. The roll's not good enough. I'll have a new character next week.
So, as tempting as this is, truth of the matter is, Yavich is an alpha level demon. He's going to be a tough bastard. So, but you are a Storm Knight, as are the two twats.
That's true.
It's like, in time, you may be able to actually achieve the strength that you need to overcome him, and then bring him to my mistress.
We will follow through with that. I believe she will have no trouble with him and will enjoy it. We would not enjoy it as much as she would.
So perhaps that might give them practice enough to have a go with me.
Yeah, they might.
And they might indeed.
At that point, they might be strong enough to enjoy it. They're all middle fingering him,
What
but...
are you?
So where does he walk us to?
Well, as you guys are walking out and going back to the park, he's like, where would you like to go?
Moscow University.
He's like, we can need you there.
And I'm going to try and engage him as best I can to keep him off topic. Just the subterfuge of, I don't really want to talk more because I don't want to give away any of the plans or anything, but, ask him, tell me, we have time, tell me some of your greatest battles. I kind of want to continue to stroke his ego.
He is more than happy to regale you
Good.
of prior battles.
Because if he's doing that, he's not messing with you two.
He takes a seriously perverse delight, though, in describing his prior rapes.
Okay.
So, but he definitely, talks about the past battles, and it's actually enough to fill the time.
Good. Okay.
Fuck is up with these demons and the nudity and the
I'm
sexual...
so ready to leave Darkhold.
I'll go back to my shadowy creatures.
Like this,
Right.
this makes the Cyber Pope seem tame.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'd rather go
There's
deal-
different horrors in the cyber papacy.
So, add a character.
I'd rather go deal with my vampires and werewolves and...
Well, I'm just more comfortable with the Cyber
Shadow
Pope because it's my
spooks.
realm. This is like so out of pocket. for
Which,
me.
think about it, it's going to put me very uncomfortable. I mean, this is normal for me.
Yeah.
Believing in a higher power, that's not normal. All the power that I believe in is physically in front of me. It's either me or the thing in front of me. But for you, I've got to believe in something I
Well,
can't see, touch, smell,
I'm
taste.
a witch,
Yeah.
so I don't go with the Cyber Pope's
Okay.
beliefs, but it's like a very prominent thing, and so is Catholicism.
Right, so you would understand it.
Yeah.
You'd be comfortable with it. I wouldn't be, so it'll be interesting.
And add a character, one of the things with demons is they are delight in how much, how perverse they can be, because that does create a level of submission, and they can exude that type of dominance and the pain that it creates.
Perversion,
so it's
depravity, fear.
so that is very demon-like. And we didn't get to get into some of the more descriptive stuff of.
I think we're fine not getting there.
I agree. Yeah, leads you to Moscow State, and so it's him and the three demons. They're the ones escorting. The soldiers end up staying behind. Or it's not three, the two other demons behind him. But again, even though he's making the lewd jokes, it's not taunting like it was earlier.
Right, on the way in.
Right.
I figured.
Now it's just, he thinks he's funny.
Yeah, right. Agreus, it's been a wonderful sojourn.
No, it hasn't. A wonderful sojourn would have been if I got to squish you like I did the priest friend and then do what I wanted to do with the two twats. But alas, my mistress said no, so perhaps another time, twat 1 and twat 2.
We shall meet again.
Twat, what, twat,
I
dude.
want to be twat one.
At least it's not Cousin It.
So he
And
turns,
with that, I'm going to walk away.
and as does he. But you can hear him laughing.
Right. So, I guess we're going back to the Breifne to find Yuri.
As you guys head back in, you
So
get
you
met by
deliver
Yuri.
bad news.
So he kind of comes out.
And I'm going to ask you guys in my head who wants to tell him. You are the leader.
I'll talk to Yuri about our whole adventure into the zoo.
Because it is only the three of us walking back in.
Yeah, Oksana let us in. She died by a demon, and then this fuck ran his mouth, and now he's dead. And
So,
Strict, short to the point.
so your mission was not a success.
it was slightly successful. We did find a map that has possible locations of shards. Possible locations, unconfirmed. But we do think that Yavich has the shard that was in Darkhold, and we're looking for him.
Azrael, if I may. Yuri, I believe our mission was more successful than she's letting on. one of the locations we absolutely know held a component of what we were looking for. We know that for a fact because we found it. The other locations we found are quite probably the locations. So I believe we are well on our way. Can we count on you to inform the Delphi Council and Jones specifically if you get any sight of the demon Yavich or a movement by Thrachin?
Of course, we will keep eye out.
Your daughter was an amazing woman. She died
Oh
heroically.
shit! I forgot that was his.
Or your niece. I'm sorry.
And
Your niece was an amazing woman.
I was all insensitive about telling him about her dying. Oh fuck! I'm sorry.
She died
I
heroically.
apologize for not being able to bring her back.
She
to
was
you.
a magnificent fighter.
Thank you, and I must express my condolences for the loss of your companion as well.
Oh, we're
You don't
okay.
have to listen to me.
He kind of frowns at that a little bit.
You're not gonna see. You're not gonna see Max make any light of that. He's gonna maintain a somber face.
The good news is your companion here was able to make contact with the other team members. Unfortunately, it sounds like 2 of them died, but they are waiting. The remaining survivors are waiting for you where your rendezvous was supposed to be.
Good. We need to be moving as soon as possible. We already seem to be behind in our endeavors.
Do you require an escort?
To the exfil point, yes.
Yeah,
Please.
It's like I can send you with 5 men,
be a bad idea.
and I shall keep ear out for any movement of Thrachin or if Yavich should return. Now, if you don't mind, I would like to go moan in private.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
So he just kind of nods to each of you, turns around, and heads back in. Maybe about 15, 20 minutes later, an armed escort comes out, and so the leader of this group kind of comes up, introduces himself as Igor, and he says that him and his team can escort you to the outskirts of the city.
Okay.
I thought you said moan in private.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what I
That's what I
heard.
thought at first. I knew it meant more.
I need to go moan in private. Sorry.
Tharkold's having a bad influence on you guys.
You're the one that said it.
I've had way too much caffeine today.
I'm the only one that stayed true to
And
character.
It is hitting.
No,
had,
no,
like-
I don't agree.
the
I
only one.
absolutely stayed true to character.
No, you
There's-
sold out.
There is one mission,
No.
and I am still on that mission.
Our mission isn't to kill Thrachin.
No, our mission
Our
is
mission
to
is-
get the crown, and we are
Well, we have
on
the
the mission
crown
beyond
already.
a shadow of a doubt.
Well, we have the crown. We need the stone. We don't know that he has it.
We
We're
don't
assuming
know
pretty
that he has
fucking
it.
sure
We're
he
like
does, though.
90% sure
Yeah.
he has it, considering
I don't know.
there was only 6 spots on
Maybe
that map.
maybe he does. He might. But man,
Because why would he start looking for that
You sure are
crown to
bitten
begin
off a
with?
big. You've bitten off
Had
a
he
lot
not-
to chew. You know, to bring. Yeah. Oh man. I think that's.
But it makes me think he didn't know that we got the one out of Ireland because he marked it.
Right.
Or it was
Or
marked
he just
already.
hasn't been back to that location to unmark
What was
it.
interesting is we already told. What was his name? Argos. He already.
Agreas?
You already told him that it was a crown, but you lied to the other guy saying it was a circlet.
Mhm.
Same
And as
difference.
long as he doesn't
No,
make the
big
connection,
difference.
circlet and then weapon. Yep.
Yeah, interesting.
I am trying to throw as much question as I can.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but man, yeah, it's interesting.
So the escort gets you guys to the outskirts of the city where you meet up with Roger. He tells you that Midge the Fridge and Svetlana were both killed in action against the Marauders.
Oh, I like
It's the
Midge.
fridge.
I'm very sorry to
too
hear
bad.
that, my friends.
He's like, and he sees that you're missing one. He's like, he said, I'm sorry for the loss of one of your team members too.
Yep.
We were able to get transportation though. I suggest we leave immediately.
Let's
Agreed.
do this. I'm ready to go.
What time is it now?
So you guys haven't slept yet.
I was
So
gonna say, we should probably...
It's
know,
like
for 3
it's like
days.
tomorrow.
yeah, so it's actually now about noon. So you've definitely been up for a long time.
We went to sleep at noon.
And then
Yesterday.
got up in the evening and then have been up all night and it's noon again.
Yep, we've been up 24 hours.
Can we nap?
The
Or is it
transport
not
that you
safe
guys
yet?
have, it's definitely not safe yet.
Okay.
Yeah, because now you're actually traveling through the blasted lands
Ah, fuck. Ah,
How
fuck.
far do we have to travel?
to St. Petersburg. So from Moscow to St. Petersburg.
Is that still in Russia?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a long ways away.
It's about a 7-hour drive. 7 hour 42 minutes.
So almost 8 hours.
Still probably like 10 hours with all the.
Because it's not a nice
Yeah,
highway.
right. It's not like a nice highway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it'll be about 10 hours.
No thanks.
So when you guys get there, it's going to be about 10 o'clock at night, 2,200 hours.
We have to sleep.
We're on
Yeah, we
fumes.
have to sleep.
But from there, true to Deputy Director's word, there is the Brandenburg battleship that was waiting for you guys, the frigate that dropped you off. It's waiting there, and when you get on board, you are met by Mr. Jones. So Jones looks at all of you and sees one missing, sees how just kind of dead tired you all are, and he says, "Get some sleep. Tomorrow we'll go ahead and debrief on what happened."
I don't even argue, and I go find wherever my cabin is or whatever, and I'm out.
Yeah. First monkey shows us to. I'm out.
Yeah.
So about midnight is when you guys finally get to lay down and actually get some sleep. So if everyone sleeps until 8, you actually get woken up at 8 by someone summoning you. So you're advised to go ahead and shower and brief at 0900.
Once I'm out, I am looking for food.
Grab a snack.
So, all your needs, are met and taken care of. And so even in the briefing room, there's coffee and some light snacks, some pastries, some cheeses, meats, stuff like that, some fruit.
Well, if only we had our tea.
More tea.
Yeah, damn.
Tea days are over.
Tea would have been nice.
Down the drain.
Yeah.
The tea, the healing.
So sitting at the head, when he comes in a little bit after 9, so Jones comes in, just looking sharp in his black suit, white shirt, just black tie, his dark curly hair, his fit and stern face. He's like, "What happened?"
We lost Elias to a demon.
And Thrachin probably, or not Thrachin, Yavich probably has one of the shards.
One of the shards.
That's what we believe, but we believe we've
However-
also found the locations of the other 5.
What did you see then? What did you find of the other 5?
A map,
It was a map with ears nailed to specific locations.
one of which marked the location where we just found the crown at.
And I'm going to think back. Were they human ears?
Yes.
Yes.
Probably the dead people in the cages.
Okay. Was there a similarity in color and size? Do they appear to be... I mean, and I don't remember how much I'm going to remember, but did they appear to be different ears from different people? So 6 different ears or 3 pairs of ears?
Roll mind, see if you can recall.
Oh, this is a ridiculous one, so why not? But no.
Can I roll
that's
mine?
just a 7.
16.
As he kind of starts muttering out loud, trying to remember, it sparks your memory. You can definitely recall 6 distinct different ears, and one of them was even tiny small, maybe like a baby.
Oh. It was 6. Do I know if they're left or right ears? Because, you could probably tell. It's not somebody's got an affinity
Do they
for,
appear to be all the same ear?
So it wasn't all one, all
Side.
left ears, all
Okay.
one side. I mean, it was just random.
But it was 6 different
But
people.
it's 6 distinct different ears.
6 distinct ears of people.
Because, if you're a demon, why only kill 3 people when you can kill 6?
Mm-hmm.
Clearly.
I was thinking there's 6 people out there missing one ear. Like slave people that were alive. and missing an ear.
Or all those cages, probably.
That's my guess. Although the small ear is odd because the small ear would suggest that the baby gave up information, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Or somebody was just torturing a baby for fun.
Or torturing the
Well,
baby to get the
I mean,
parent
you
to speak.
Slit a child's throat while we were back there.
Jones kind of frowns, and he's like,
I just
We're
knocked
having the
him
most
out.
disgusting conversation. He's just like,
"Oh, I mean, he's gamma level, so
Right,
Jones
and,
has seen
and
shit."
realistically, Tharkol has had an effect on us, so it fits.
Yeah.
I mean, you fried one and a cat, and then
did.
I knocked him out.
You're still on that damn cat!
I'm sorry about the
The
cat.
cat was innocent.
That was innocent.
Let's get back to the topic on hand. And he actually kind of takes a moment, softens up, and he's like, "Actually, let me just interject. Tharkol changes people. It's a very difficult, perhaps even more terrifying realm than the one that you come from, Ava.
Killing children.
You do what you need to do. The mission is what is important, and you were able to come back, I can't say successfully, but at least with hope to keep the mission alive. Is that not correct?"
I think we
man,
were
yeah.
successful.
I would
At
say
this
we
point,
were
I'm defending
successful.
myself.
I don't think it was entirely a bust because we did
We got some good info.
get some good info.
So let's go over this information that you did get and come up with our next move.
You want that in character?
It doesn't have to be. We
Okay.
can go through. And so after you explain the locations, he flat out says, "Then what do you think your next destination is going to be?"
Whichever one's closest.
Well, first question would be,
We've got Paris, Benghazi, Nepal, Japan, or New York.
before
have-
that,
a feeling.
please, your feeling.
Whichever one was next on the list.
Well, there
Paris?
wasn't an actual list. We just picked them off of the map.
We read them in an order.
Well, the first one on the list was the
Ireland.
one where we had just saw Yavich and where we got the crown.
So which would be Isle?
I think Paris
Is our next step.
is our next step because that was the next one on the list.
and
I
this
think
this Paris, what realm is this encased in?
That would be the Cyber Papacy in the realm of the Cyber Pope.
And I'm going to look over at Azrael. Are you ready to lead us through your realm?
I can do this.
Where were the others again?
University of Benghazi in Libya,
So that would be the Pharaoh Morbius's realm,
which is who?
the Nile Empire.
Nile Empire. Okay. The Gundu village in Nepal.
That is your realm. Orosh.
That would be you. Are you ready to lead us through there?
Yep.
Ellis Island in New York.
Baruch.
Well, you forgot Japan.
Living lands.
Oh yeah, next. I guess next that we called it, but yeah, it would be Japan.
Japan.
And the Pontic, right?
It's not called that anymore. It's now called Kanawa
We believe.
or Pan Pacific. Excuse me.
Yeah, Pacific.
We believe that there has been a seventh reality that invaded somewhere in the east. I suppose this confirms, but we're still unaware of what reality exists there.
Okay, and then New York, which is Living Lands.
Baruch Ka in the Living Lands. And you said it was on Ellis Island?
Mm-hmm.
So that seems actually only one place that could be. I forgot, none of you are here. Pardon me.
Yeah, I was like,
The Statue of Liberty.
they took that down in my realm.
So if I'm understanding, your next destination is going to be Paris, France.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea of where you're going to look
Paris?
in
You said they
Paris?
took that down.
I'm making things up.
No, it's great. I'm saying go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, right now nothing's.
in the Cyber Papacy, the Statue of Liberty doesn't exist on Ellis Island because it's
a French gift.
It's a French gift, and like the realms that took over, it's just like it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like
No,
this
I
seriously took it.
like as a player when we step in and throw our own stuff on, as long as the game master is not like, hey, actually we really need it to be there because that's going to be the last bastion of Planet of the Apes, whatever it is.
Oh,
But-
sure.
Yeah, no.
But he didn't
like,
say that, so it's
it's
perfect.
living lands
Yeah.
in that area, but also the French are now cyber papal.
Yeah. No, I like it. Like I said, I like it. I love when everybody steps out and just starts creating stuff.
I do
That's
too.
the best part of the game.
I mean, and I love player agency, taking that and running with something.
The seventh realm, the seventh location on the crown, I assume is Thargold. It would make sense.
I agree, it would make sense.
And I think Yavich has the shard.
So then what I would suggest is secure the rest of the shards, and then we confront Yavich.
Agreed. Can the Delphi Council search for Yavich? Can you feed around and see if you can get information, sightings, anything? Because the other thing that might happen is we might, if we know that he's in France, for example, that should be our next hit. But if he's not in France but somewhere else, maybe we should go there first.
So what we can do is we can definitely set our watchers to keep an eye out, and I'll also give the other locations to our analysts and see what they can find.
Copy.
Now, regarding France, I'm not trying to dissuade you, but do you know where you're going to look at in France? Whereas in the Living Lands, it's safe to assume it's only one location. You know where to go. Again, I'm not trying to dissuade
it's
you.
in Paris. It's not just the whole country of France. We're going to Paris.
Paris is pretty damn big.
I want to say the Eiffel Tower. Just talking out my ass. What do you guys think?
I don't know what that is.
So
From the cyber papal realm, they kept the Eiffel Tower as a
Monument to his
a
greatness?
monument to the cyber pope's greatness. So it's not what it like. The meaning behind it is not what it used to be. It's all about the pope.
We could search there, or we can just go straight to this Statue of Liberty that you're saying is still.
which would give our analyst times to look within Paris and see what might be likely. But again, I will leave that up to you, Storm Knights.
Are we
Okay.
trying to run into Yavich now, or are we trying to run into him after we collect these shards?
We're trying to stop him from getting any more shards. So if we know he's in some place, I say we go there and try and get the shard before he does. Otherwise, I say we move in the smallest areas. If this Ellis Island we spoke of and this statue that is there, if that's a simple place, maybe chasing it instead of a whole country is the right idea.
So it just seems to me that specific location. I mean, Mount Rashiri over in Japan could also be something simple as well too, but again, we're not knowing what we're looking for. There's only one thing of note on Ellis Island, that's the Statue of Liberty.
I also don't necessarily want to get somewhat stale information about where this demon is and then show up after him and we're just chasing his
That's why
dust.
I'm saying if we find out, we move. Otherwise...
Well, I'm afraid that once we find out, it's going to be old information. It's not like we're going to get where he is in real time.
Maybe.
If I may suggest, Storm Knights, focus on the shards, because even if you do recover the 5 others, that would mean that Yavich would have to come to you to attempt to take the Breifne Crown, right?
That could be our way of luring him.
That indeed.
That's my thinking too.
Okay, so let's go to Ellis Island.
And then we shall start making preparations to journey there, and I'll prepare a briefing for you on the lands of Baruch Ka. And in the meantime, we'll also see if we can't recruit another Storm Knight to fill your team. And with that, we're going to close out this session.
Nice. Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Siegson Employees of the Month, Michael H., Greg K., F.S., and our Breaker of Seals, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it. And a very special thanks to our fantastic artist, Jacob Blackmon, who you can reach on his Patreon under his name, or Deviant Art under the name Prodigy Duck.